Why in the world can't I use my permit?
All for freedom. Sorry. Which one should I choose?
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you. Huh? Where's this coming from? Mondstadt? You were talking about Mondstadt. Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but I can't remember the last time I was there. The scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me back. Oh, my hometown, the home of freedom. How I long to go back and visit.
It's working!
So, trying to play my heartstrings like a liar, are you? I know what you're up to. Huh? What is this? What are you up to?
Just close your eyes already!
You mean the sound of the ocean? Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves. The calls of the merchants. Xiao lanterns. I'm right there at the lantern right. Oh, look at them floating up into the sky.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that or he really does miss Liyue Harbor.
Liyue. Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take it. You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? And I suppose they are far from home. Just often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I like to imagine it's the voice of my hometown. I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide my face and slip away. Don't you think I've wanted to talk things through with them and free myself from this anguish?
Well, no one's stopping you, so...
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together, committed to finding a way to survive. But I couldn't do it. I'm not strong enough, so I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest of promises, offer the most measly benefits, and I'd do whatever they asked of me. And make Mondstadters look like the worst people in the world. All right, I'll tell you the whole story. It's eating me up inside, and I can't take it anymore.
You ready to talk now?
But I betrayed them. I can't show my face there.
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, you messed up, but now it's time to make things right. So come on, get it off your chest. What's the deal here?
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru, Keijiro and his companions. They start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal marrow they receive and stockpile it. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price, with the proceeds going to the tax collection Ashigaru.
It's plain evil gouging them like this.
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny fraction of what we take in total. It's barely enough for me to live on. Evidence? Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always heads to the same place. It's always made me as it happens. I handed some Mora over to him not long ago. I can show you where he went.
Really? Well, if you want to taste Mondstadt's great wine, then look no further than Sailing Green.
Sorry.
Love or freedom? Which one should I choose?
Keijiro! It's him!
After him!
Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers. How boring. Love or freedom? Which one should I choose?
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Should I close early?
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Love or freedom? Which one should I
He's
choose?
getting further and further away! Let's catch up.
Now, who else is behind on payments?
Huh? Where'd he go? He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an eye. If only we made less noise.
Sorry.
Keijiro!
After him!
It's not like I'll get any customers.
International Trade Association.
How boring. Love or freedom? Which one should I choose?
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little.
Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
If you want to taste Mondstadt's great wine, then look
Should I close early?
Sailing Green.
It's not like I'll get any customers.
He's getting further and further away!
What was that sound?
Shh! Quiet! Don't let him find us!
Must be hearing things. Ah, drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little. Too close! That's too close!
Come out, I can see you. Who are you? Why are you following me?
Uh-oh. Seems like he's noticed us.
What could he be doing at a place like this?
It looked like he buried something over there, didn't it? Why don't we take a look? Whoa, it's a ledger. Boring. Paimon thought he'd hidden a big pile of Mora here. Yeah.
Let me take a look here. Aha, yes! This is what we're looking for. A clear and complete...
Great! Well, now we have our hard evidence. Let's go.
I'll...
Huh? You aren't gonna come with us?
I need a little more time before I'm ready to face the head of the association.
Huh. Poor Werner's a pretty awkward guy, huh?
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up, our sales will come in at a loss.
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses. And who are you? Another new member of the association?
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so now we're here to tell everyone all about how you embezzled crystal marrow to sell it right back to the taxpayers.
Huh? Is this true?
You've been swindling us!
Well, you see, the taxes,
Let me take a look at the ledger. Well, would you look at that? Every payment So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explaining to do.
So you think you can use this against me, do you? It's quite obvious that I'm merely trying to earn a modest living for myself.
Word has it that Samurai and the Commission place great importance on reputation and prestige. Though I'm sure Commission members won't blame you once word gets out.
Huh? Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it would be quite a pity if an illustrious gentleman such as yourself were to have their reputation tarnished.
Well, even if what you say is true, what do you suggest we do about it?
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your possession, correct? Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike, and us merchants could finally have some more breathing room.
Is that it?
Do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow and keep it hidden? Fine. In that case, I'll send it over to you.
And not even an ounce of shame for his actions.
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even had to ask my friends to help bail me out. What about my losses?
Come on, Harrison. We've already struck a good deal here.
I'm sick of being pushed around like this. I won't let him off so...
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare...
Chief, you've arrived.
What was all the commotion I heard just now?
Oh, we were just discussing a minor tax issue. I do my utmost to lend them a helping hand.
A helping hand? The only thing you're doing is stuffing your greedy pockets with our hard-earned wealth. I assure you that Hirage Shinsuke will hear of this.
Oh, and you dare to utter the commissioner's name. You seize the merchants. We will resolve this dispute back.
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this? If there's a dispute to resolve, let's get a...
Who are you supposed to be?
You never heard of the Fixer?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission.
Shh.
Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory. However powerful the Yashiro Commission may be, you have no business meddling in Rito's affairs.
Of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young lady of our clan some courtesy. You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition to the Shogun, would you?
That fan, the Shirasagi Himegimi, I don't need any trouble with her. Okay, let's forget all this.
But, Chief!
Enough! We're leaving.
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat, I insist. No response, huh? I suppose that bridge is well and truly burned then.
Thank you so much, Toma. But I'm sorry you're...
Hey, I was joking. It's a small price to pay, and you're more than welcome. If there's anyone you should be thanking, if nothing else, I'm sure the tax collection Ashigaru will tread a little more carefully in the future.
Toma, what was all this?
Shh, not here. Too many people listening. Corruption seems rife in the Kanjo Commission. They truly are rotten to the core. All right, time for me to answer your questions. What would you like to know? Straight to the point. I belong to the Kamisato clan of the Yashiro Commission on Narukami Island. I'm an attendant of the
You've been keeping your true identity a secret. So, the Yashiro Commission. Guess...
Correct. The Kamisato clan is the head of the Yashiro Commission, who manage ceremonial and cultural affairs. I'd go into more detail on what exactly that covers, but I'm not even sure I'm just someone who was fortunate enough to be taken in by the Kamisato clan. My role is to take care of the daughter of the clan, Kamisato Ayaka, also known as the Shirasagi Himigimi.
Seems like she must be super famous in Inazuma, given...
Oh, most definitely. She's graceful, dignified, and kind-hearted too. Her fame even somewhat eclipses that of her older brother, Kamisato Ayato, despite the fact that he's the current head of the clan. I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treatment in return. Miss Kamisato's situation certainly seems to attest to that. You're asking the right questions, and to be honest, I don't want to keep you in the dark. Firstly, you should know that being a fixer is not something you can fake. I spent the better part of a month tirelessly building up a network of relationships on the island, and I got to know Captain Beto during that time too.
Still pretty good going for just a month's work.
Well, maybe I have a slight knack for schmoozery. But the main thing was, I had to make sure I'd be in time to receive you when you arrived. Inazuma may have closed off to the outside world, but that hasn't stopped a lot of people from hearing about your feats in Mondstadt and Liyue. So, when Miss Kamisato heard of your intention to come to Inazuma, she began looking that you have what it takes to change the...
Change the tide?
In the test I gave you earlier, although there were a few hiccups at the end, it was you who found the way to turn the situation... Navigating powerful people, using their character flaws to your advantage. It's just what... With your help, even the Vision Hunt decree... That's an unexpected development. Yes, of course. I
Toma sure didn't put...
Well, my work on Rito is done. So, one more thing. This invitation letter is for you. Good luck with everything.
Toma's not such a bad guy, huh? Huh? What's up? Oh, right! Wait, so did Toma forget that too? Oh, darn it! No! As soon as we get off Ritu Pine... well, guess we should give it...
Stop there! Present your travel permits.
Sorry, but we really gotta get to Narukami Island. It's kinda urgent.
If you don't have a travel permit, this...
Traveler, you gotta think of something. How do we get out of Rito? Are you saying we should go and meet with the... Guess it can't hurt to try. Who knows? Maybe...
Halt! This is the Kanjo Commissioner's office. No trespass.
We're here to see...
The Kanjo Commissioner seldom entertains outlanders. Leave now or we'll be for...
Wait.
Oh, Commissioner!
These two are honored guests from afar. No need to give them... Come on in. Let's see what we can do for you.
Huh! Did you get all that?
My sincere apologies.
I am Hiragi Shinsuke, Kanjo Commissioner and head of the Hiragi...
Nice to meet you, sir. So, the reason we wanted to come and see you was because...
All right, all in good time.
So what you're saying is, we really are...
Absolutely. How many other people in the world have what it takes to knock the wind out of Storm Terror's sails and put the Overlord of the Vortex back under the sea, eh?
Exactly!
And I hear you also foiled a Fatui plot in Liyue.
Whoa, you heard about that too? Yep, it's true, all right. Something wrong?
No. I'm simply awestruck by you both as Rito is greatly honored to have you visit. One other thing I heard about you is your great zeal for help.
Oh, sure, no problem. Whatever you need, right?
Excellent. Well then, you must know the Genshin.
Yep, we've picked a few of those before.
Yes, bring me 300.
Did Paimon hear that wrong?
Too much trouble, is it? Then how about this?
That sounds
709 letters.
Hey, fuck it!
Terribly sorry. We're just a little short on people lately.
What sort of an explanation is that? Traveler, what are we going to do? Should we really help this guy?
That's the spirit. Don't keep me waiting to...
You're seriously considering taking this job? The terms are ridiculous!
Halt, you two!
Huh?
Miss Hiragi has a letter for you. She insists that you—
A letter? Quick! Let Paimon see! So this means she wants you to secretly meet her at night? But you didn't seem surprised at all by this. What's going on? Paimon knew something just didn't seem right about him. Let...
You finally arrived. Allow me to This is technically the second time we have—
Wow. She's the daughter of the Hiragi clan, all right.
No need to be so formal. I've long marveled at your accomplishments.
Is it Paimon, or does something seem a bit...
The reason why I wanted to secretly meet you here is—
Discuss what?
I should like to ask for your help with delivering a letter.
Like father, like daughter. Couldn't you be more original?
No, you misunderstand me. I was hoping that you could deliver a letter to Narukami Island in my My father has always forbidden me from There is no one who would dare defy my father's will on Rito, but you are Outlanders. Outlanders. Of course, in doing so, I will also do everything in my power. To be perfectly honest, as long as you remain in Inazuma, my father will have no intention of letting you leave Rito.
Yeah, we figured as much. It was pretty
I secretly overheard a conversation between my father and a very arrogant— They seem to be discussing how to keep you here on Rito. In fact, we don't have much time. I'll tell you my plans to help you off the island. It just so happens that a shipment— Very well. I'll be waiting for you at the board. Hold on, please. These goods are being sent to Watatsumi Island?
My lady, this is an unexpected honor. You are correct. These goods have been repeatedly requested by the Kanjo Commission.
Is there something wrong?
No, as you were. My father simply has some concerns of the shipment's safety, and has ordered that myself and an additional
My lady, you aren't suggesting that you intend to escort the shipment
Please, do not cause us any further delay. If memory serves...
Yes, of course, my lady. It's just...
Now, need I remind you of the penalty if anything were to... Do you really presume that you can fully get...
Boy, Chisato...
Yes, my lady. Very well then.
Shinojo, you
Well, the request is from Lady Hiro...
Yes, but that's not the...
Well then, if we're through...
Yes, my lady.
My lady, please stay back. We'll handle it.
Not as well as we'll handle it!
I got careless. Freeze!
Animal test 6308. Stand clear. Stand with me. I let my guard down. The rain outlines your fate.
Picked the wrong test subject. Another test subject.
Monster sighted! Prepare to counterattack!
Protect Lady Hiraki at all costs.
We'll take care of this. Stay with Chisato.
Picked the wrong test subject.
No, my sword.
Watch out! More monsters inbound!
Lady Hiraki, stay close.
Enhanced animal module 75. Absorption test. Let me weave you a verse.
We can take refuge in the village up ahead. How are you faring, my lady?
I'm perfectly all right. You may stop here. The road... In my letter, I've requested Kamaji to grant you a special travel permit from the Tenryou Commission.
My lady?
So that's how it is.
No, Lady Hiragi would never hide anything from us. I'm sure of it.
I'm not afraid to say that...
The one you love?
Shinojo, did you honestly think...
What? No, I was just...
You two needn't worry. Please.
Yes, of course.
But what will happen if your actions here are...
Don't fret. My father has always been...
Paimon never suspected a guy like...
I wish you a safe journey.
Bye, Chisato!
Come now. Quit your staring and let's get moving. We've got goods to shift.
All right.
We're finally on our own way again. I suppose it's time we find Toma. Now, where did he say he would meet us again? Oh, right! Komori Tea House! Dissipate!
Let's get down to business.
Rain outlines your fate.
To the very...
We'll need more where that came from.
It's my lucky day! To the very...
I suppose this will do.
Animal hypostasis emulation! Stand clear! It's all yours. Our bond is strong.
Time for retribution!
If you haven't mastered the basics, then there's no...
I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you? Take a rest while I go back.
Add Astra...
According to the letter, this should be the...
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid you'll have to...
Wait! Where...
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck...
Are our clothes really so... oh!
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must be from Mr. Toma. It seems there's more to you than meets the eye. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro...
Well, that sounds more like it. Well, now that we're here, where's Toma? Paimon doesn't see him anywhere.
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What? Is that dog talk?
Relax, no need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form? Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you...
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
Alright, I've had my fun.
Hey! You're this close to getting an ugly nickname, mister!
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you. So I came up with this little fun greeting for when you arrive. But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that little It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato, and whether you had the courage to face the lightning.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna...
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself... Naturally, this is due to... A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. But... so you've heard... His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where the Yashiro Commission is located. But before that, there is one other place I was hoping...
Oh?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction. Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt Decree. Before I try to... As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation. The Raiden Shogun is the eternity in question. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs, and the Sakoku the Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one...
Seems like every god has their...
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. Perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change. Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryo Commission to scour the nation for visions. And this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen...
But if that's the case, wouldn't you...
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever... And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt Decree...
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You...
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then...
Aspirations? Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon... That is where visions come from. In other... So if what you just... Then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I am. Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Time to act. Rain outlines your fate.
Finally, let's get down to business. How's this?
Stand with me!
All right, this'll do.
Area.
Rain outlines your fate.
Finally, we'll need more where that came from.
Our bond is strong!
Better than nothing.
Alright, this'll do.
Our bond is strong.
Verdict is...
Our bond is strong.
It's all yours. Rain outlines your fate.
Have a little taste. Freeze.
Enhanced Animo Module 75. Absorption 10. Animo Test 6308.
Better than nothing. We'll need more where that came from. We'll need more where that came from.
Strong.
Time to work.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Work time.
Retribution!
My duty.
You can't run! Well, I will end you.
Lightning terrified! Dissipate!
Killjoy! We've only just begun. Looks like I went too far.
No, my sword!
Let's end this quickly!
Raiders!
Stand with me!
This isn't good.
We'll need more where that came from.
Our bond is strong!
Body and mind.
Have a load of this!
Dissipate!
Let's begin.
leave you a verse.
Time for retribution!
Out of my way!
Send this quickly!
Sorry for the trouble.
Animal hypostasis emulation!
Verdict is...
Let's end this quickly! I guess this is it.
Better than nothing.
No, my sword! Rain outlines your fate. Permanent fool, be gone!
Burn!
Winter shall eventually come.
Better than nothing.
Stand with me! Our bond is strong.
Absorption test. Stand clear.
Stand with me! No, my sword!
Swirl, Mark 2, absorption test. Stand clear. Ka. Ta. T. Yeah. Ka. T. Ka. That's not right. T.
Guess where you're from.
Are you? Rain outlines your fate.
The more, the merrier. Look at me. Just once more.
Absorption test. Stand clear. Lightning, purify! A bond is struck. Animal hypostasis emulation.
Time for retribution!
Witness the power of Gugwa. Are you keeping well, my liege? If you have no other matters to attend to, might I recommend a trip to the Wanwen Bookhouse? Time to act. Our bond is strong. Rain outlines your fate.
Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
Stand with me.
Stand clear.
Our bond is strong.
Enhanced Animal Module 75. Animal Test 6308. Absorption test.
Rain Cutter. No, my sword.
Burn!
I'll settle this. Our bond is strong.
Stand clear.
Verdict is...
Dissipate. Animal test 6308. Animal hypostasis.
Our bond is strong. Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave you a verse.
Learning this?
No, my sword! Body and mind.
Stand clear. Absorption test. Animal test 6308.
Ring cutter!
Lightning terrified! Our bond is strong!
Ad Ast. Thank you for.
Since I played chess with anyone but my butler, I just so happened to.
Stand with me!
Enhanced Animal Module 75. Stand clear. Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
you a verse.
I suppose this will do.
Every little bit counts.
Absorption test.
No, my sword!
Stand clear. Stand with me.
Burn!
Rain outlines your fate.
Time for retribution!
Our bond is strong. Absorption test. Stand clear.
No, my sword!
Better than nothing.
Okay. There's more!
Absorption test. Animal test 60%.
Time to rain outlines your fate. Rain.
Stand clear. Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
No, my sword!
Finally,
Stand with me! Rain outlines your fate.
to the ferry.
How's this?
What's
Enhanced animal module 75.
burn? Light me no more.
Dissipate.
Witness the power of Gurwa.
Finally,
I suppose this will do.
Our bond is strong. Stand clear.
the ferry.
me! Rain outlines your fate.
Finally, No.
Better than nothing.
hypostasis emulation. Absorption test.
Retribution!
Better than nothing.